My Albrecht's Aether Ray Wizard is complete. I've maxed out Aether Ray, the actual Albrecht's Aether Ray, and Disintegration. It is a stupid powerful single target ability. And when I say stupid powerful, I mean really stupid powerful. It melts enemy heroes, it one-shots pretty much all of the other Dross in the game. All in all, it's a massively powerful single target ability. It's sort of the opposite of my Battle Mage. My Battle Mage is great at just clearing hordes and hordes of mobs, but not so great in single one-on-one combat just because of the drainage of Kalidor's Tempest at that level. Otherwise, I mean, this guy isn't terrible against groups, but he is better against single targets. Now, one thing you may note is he only has 3 things maxed out. Because of the way points and the level cap work right now, he's pretty much stuck because it takes 50 points to get to the last ability row, and that's just a lot. So he only has 3 things maxed out in addition to all the 1-point wonders floating around. But it's all to support the beam, and this just makes the beam super powerful. This helps you both cast it faster, because this little arm wave motion just goes faster with the beam. And I think attack speed, or I should say casting speed, makes the ticks of damage go faster, because you'll see like the pulses on it. And I believe that's sped up due to the casting speed. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me on that, though. Casting speed may be rolled into the damage, like Diablo does. So, it's either or, but I think it does increase your ticks, like the time between ticks. It makes it faster. He has 1 point Devastation because that's all you really need in Devastation for this build. I could see focusing on Devastation for another build, like a Rain Hellfire from the Sky. But in this build, you only need 1 point, and it's great for enemies that group in a circle to take down. As his sort of sidearm move, I put 1 point in each of Panetti's. I mean, I can put 1 point in each of Panetti's, and because of the casting speed, it is a stupid fast attack. It's great for just picking off like that one last guy. And I'd actually say when the level cap goes up for this guy, this part of Panetti's, the distortion ability, or the proliferation ability, because of the Aether damage on it, those are candidates for my next round of points whenever level caps go up again. Alternatively, Fabric of Reality is a great place to go with this because of the percent to Aether damage. Devastation could work too. I mean, there are a lot of places to go. This isn't... Mental Alacrity is not by any means the cut and dry place to put your last 10 points. They could easily go into Fabric of Reality for a much stronger beam, even though it would be harder to sustain it. They could go into Inner Focus for just more spirit. They could go into one of the Panetti's that mesh with your Aether damage. Hell, you could even, like, maybe do something weird with Kalidor's Tempest up close and the beam far away. Lots of options for it. Or you could even put it in Devastation, because Devastation and Albrecht's Aether Ray cross their 2 damage types. So speaking of which, I am geared towards Aether. I do have a lot in the Chaos because I was testing out the Tainted Power Beam, but the Aether damage beam for me personally works much better. And I do want to get more... Let me just zoom that out. I do want to get more fire damage. I honestly do want to get more fire damage on my guy because that'll just help the beam better. But Aether damage is the first and foremost damage type I'm going for. I will note something. On Tainted Power, the conversion of Aether damage happens before you're gearing. So the Aether damage on this is just switched to 160 Chaos damage. And this is switched to plus 60% Chaos damage. Only on the beam attacks. And it's done before your equipment. As far as I know, that's what I've read in the forums. So, if you're gearing Aether and Chaos, you're not getting a double dip of your damage formula. You pretty much have to pick one or the other. I did test this out, and when I was using it with the Chaos, and then I dropped that, the damage actually went up because I still had more Aether than Chaos damage building on my character. So for this ability, it is Aether and Fire, and that's what I want to try to gear around. And I'm missing a few pieces of gear that are oriented to those damage types. Another important stat is your energy regen, and it is probably your most important non-damage stat, to the point where I might actually switch out Dementia for... I picked this up, even though it's Soldier's Etched Horn. That's kind of a kick in the butt, but this might actually be an interesting replacement for that, because of the skill regen and all the Aether damage on it, in addition to having a special Aether damage ability. So that might be a thing. The other items I have, it's a pretty basic Spellblade. It's Aether, Lightning, Chaos. Again, I need to get a better Spellblade in there, or just a better weapon in general in that spot. Is that Aether damage? Why am I even holding on? Oh, I was going to pass it to my fire guy. Never mind. The chest piece I have is nothing special. It is Elemental Damage, Spirit, and a lot of regen, and that's why I'm going with it more than anything. My pants, I really needed to get new pants, and a new belt. They're both Elemental Damage based, which does help with Panetti's, but doesn't help the beam. I mean, it helps the fire part of the beam, so I guess it's not that bad. But again, I'm mostly going for those because of the regen. My rings, the one I was using to test Chaos damage is still on, and then just some average ring. I needed a little bit of physique to get my armor back on when I switched it out recently. Shoulders are Fire and Aether, which is great. These are still Chaos, and I do have Fire gauntlets in my inventory, but I think I'm going to wait for something that's Aether based. And I have Aether based boots, though they are Aether poison, which is not optimal. This could be better, but it works for me. It's an all-around solid badge choice. Again, belt. I'm using Equilibrium. I think Calamity might be better because you're semi-fire, but for now I'm just going to use Equilibrium. It's not a big thing to me. The relic isn't huge for this build right now because I don't have an Aether one. The one problem with using this is Maven's Tome is a tome I want, because not only does it give +1, I don't have it, it gives +1 to Arcana skills, but I'll 3-set it when I get it for a total +2 to all my skills, which is far better, I think, than, the regen. But still, I will note Dementia is a nice addition. Terror definitely helps you, as does its 40% Aether damage. And I have Maven's, I'm 2-setting it because there's 20% Aether damage in there. The other things it grants, the energy shield's awesome. That 525 damage absorption is great. And the other stuff on that are okay. It's okay stuff. It's not great. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not great. It's not optimal. It's handy, though. Mostly for, that. Same thing with the helmet. It's mostly to get the Maven's bonuses going. But I'm not going to be complaining about the 2 Maven pieces I have, and once I get the third, it'll probably go there. I'm probably going to have to test the Soldier's Etched Horn of Abomination in place of Dementia, and it might even be my weapon switches. So we'll see what happens with that. Kind of wish it wasn't a Cobra Commander helmet either. But anyways, the one thing to note with this build is you are entirely an energy whore. The beam costs a lot to sustain. So my tactic is usually to run and then hit the enemy and then move. And that's why casting speed is also important for hit and run tactics with a channeling spell. Oh, one last thing. The components. Wrathstone is your Aether damage stone. Ancient Armor Plate is total damage, armor percentage, all around a good defensive ability, or a defensive component. Spellwoven Threads aren't that great. And for my hand slot, I believe the one I want to go with is none of those. I actually want a different component in the hand slot, but I'm going to leave that there just for now. And I'll probably go with different gloves when I'm able to get them. Same thing with Hallowed Fang, it's only okay. I'll probably go something different in my offhand with my next offhand, whatever it is. I've got a Soul Shard, again, not that great. And I definitely want to replace that with... I believe I have to put focusing... Yeah, I want to put the focusing prism component in my amulet to lower energy skill energy costs. I want black tallow in my metal to increase the regen. I want Mark of the Traveler in my boots. My melee mage has that, and it's awesome to get that movement speed in there. And then Mark of Illusions I want in a ring for the energy regen. Elemental damage is good for that, but better option, the better thing on there for me is the energy regeneration. So we're gonna go into the field and fight something. I just don't know what, and I had to reset the game because I just did clear Steps of Torment. We're gonna do the hill. We're gonna do Hallowed Hill. It's simple. It's quick. Hopefully there'll be a hero there so I can show off just how ridiculous the single target hero destruction this build is. And I'll probably compare and contrast my two offhands. There's the Maven's shield popping up. Incidentally, it's great to have it when you're running through crap like this that can still kind of hurt you, but not really. Because it'll just save you on your constitution. I have had heroes in this cave kill me. I'm not a careful player by any means. I mean, in the playthrough, you'll probably notice that when I play the occultist I had before this guy. Well, before any Arcanist. And you'll note that I blindly run into a lot of things. I mean, I'm careful when I'm like this, but there are times when it's just like I'll try to out-tough the enemies with my... Well, trying to sustain my beam, and it just ends up me comically dying. What's funny, though, I'll almost always take anything I shoot with the beam with me if I do die. I think Skype's going to reload that front page. Annoying. Hey, no! No! 45 iron bits are gone. Oh, they're not! Oh, that's funny. Now, as you may note, I am not completely sustaining the beam to take all these guys out. I'm recasting it. That's just a habit I've gotten into to save energy. I've noticed that I'm exploring around for things to shoot with my Panettis. Yeah, I've noticed it does save energy. Thing in the way. That is one other problem, is the beam will have things in the way. So I can't actually hit him because there's that totem right there. So we gotta walk around. It's also kind of funny you can't shoot through team members. Yeah, that's an example of just using Devastation to quickly clear out a group instead of having to wait for them. Needlessly beam down the door. If I had Devastation up, that would be another place I'd use it. Now the other tactic with this is... I shouldn't say tactic. Well, it's not a tactic. It's pretty much the tactic. Because with this build, positioning is very important because of the way the beam is shaped. So doors are your friend, and moving to optimally hit your targets is very important for this build. Alright, so we can throw down our town portal. Okay, so the house, this first house is generally a problem place though, even though it's door based. Yeah, I'm popping some cooldowns to kill these things. Now, enemies that surround you are the entire bane of your existence. The enemies that like apparitions in Steps of Torment are hell to fight because they love surrounding you. I'm actually gonna potion that. Things that go to flank are the bane of this build. Oh. No, no, no! That flank, bane of this build's existence, is what I'm trying to say. Stupid soldiers interrupting me. Platinum Band, very small thing to pick up. Mostly for the gold. Iron, sorry. Iron. This wagon right here, also bane of your existence. I have shot that wagon more times than I can remember. Now you may also note I am kiting backwards quite a bit with this build. Mostly because of the Burning Dead. Their bombs do hurt when there's like 5 of them shooting them. Oh, that's an elite. Okay, we did find a hero. I will burst him down. I want the guys gone first. So my general tactic on heroes is to pop that, pop my mirror move, and then just sustain against them. But sometimes they're off screen and you can't hit them. So that was half his health with like 1 hit. And he's dead. Okay, he didn't pick up the scrap. So yeah, that hero was dead in a couple seconds. That was weird. Definitely need vital essence. Hopefully we'll get another hero, because that guy, like, if he was actually on screen when I popped my cooldowns, it would have been much, much cooler. I'm not having too many problems sustaining my energy, keeping my energy up. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, depending on how mobs attack you. So, like, those 2 guys, I could have shot them here, but I would have to use 2 separate beams to get them. Inefficiency on beams. Yep, so we backpedal again to both position those guys and to not get flanked, because flanking is death with this build. Now those 3 guys are all in one spot, and oh god. They're gone. I almost died, but besides the point, pick the thing up. Take a step back, shoot the guy, burst down the Aether Crystal and almost die because of it. I think a Fury might have been hitting me there. Normally I like to save this Aether Crystal for last while doing the hill. I tend to go counterclockwise. I just got led over there. Now because of the corner right here, this is another advantage to this build, is you can get enemies to come around a corner like this, and it will be very, very beneficial for you. We just take them out, move back over here, take these 2 out. Corners and doors are your friends with this. I think that was a normal reanimator. Yep. You still got to be careful. Spellcasters, you definitely got to be careful. This guy's mostly, his carefulness has to come from his positioning. So I'm gonna pop my screen and the Reanimator, move. This is when you generally will see your energy really go down with the beam, is when there's a big group of guys you have to sustain them down. I mean, that's to be expected though. Aether crystals though, not a problem. They have that thorns, I think, at high... They do have a thorns at high level, at least. I think they do, so... They feel like they have a pretty strong thorns at high level. And sometimes you just want to take out the group real quick, and that's what that ability's for. No epics. No epics to show off. Well, show off. Show off acquiring. We're just going to check this upper corner real quick. That's the build. That's pretty much it. It's a really fun build. I highly recommend if you're going full Arcanist, typical Aether Ray build. Alternatively, I could see doing like a rain from the... Come on, guys, we're trying to be professional here. So, well, there's 2,000 damage. That counts for something to show off. The, oh, I forgot to test that other thing. Anyways, I do highly recommend Albrecht's Aether Ray. Devastation's also a great thing to go if you're going full Arcanist. I obviously haven't tested it higher than 1 point, but 1 point's fantastic with it. I am going to point out one thing before I go. Occultist, Arcanist, I have one built, and I'm going to post a video on it, that utilizes these abilities, Iskandra's Elemental Exchange with Manifestation. I don't really know if it'd be possible to get up to Tainted Power and combine it with Soleil's Witchfire currently. I think on another level cap increase, we'd end up with a build that can get you to here, to where you can actually start putting chaos damage and reducing the casting cost of your beam, and potentially getting to Fabric of Reality, because this is where it would get really great for this combination. For Soleil's Witchfire, probably Sigil of Consumption with Tainted Power on your Albrecht's Aether Ray. That would be a really fun ability to utilize, and a really fun build for those two classes. And you wouldn't have to resort to making a pet build right now. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go do a test with this and close it down to the end and do the goodbye, I guess. The only problem with this is I'm not holding a book. I'm holding a horn. Books are way cooler than horns. So before we go out, my regen with my Dementia is 57.65. With this horn, it's 65.67. Let's go see how well this sustains against some groups. You know what? I haven't actually been in here on camera yet. Tavo and I have pretty much gotten to the end of the game. We just need to do Steps of Torment. We actually got in here and I showed him the Actually, this is really solid. It just feels... This might actually be the thing I go with. Now, as you can see, I just one-shot everything with the beams. I mean, I've been showing that off, but it becomes especially apparent against tougher monsters that they're just gone. Erased from existence. I definitely think regen is a key stat. See, flankers. There we go. The perfect example. Getting flanked, can't hit multiple of them. Very bad for you. I have to resort to a Maven's shield to protect myself. Ugh. Ugh. Forget about it. Troll. Disintegrated. Oh, a hero. Ah, no, 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 I'm in a net! I ran the wrong way. Come on, we need a good position to disintegrate. We also need a good position to have the guys run back to their territory. Ow. So, having 60 regen feels like it might actually solve a lot of the energy problems with this. Oh, God, stupid nets. Get away from me. I need to kill your friend. Okay, we're gonna... Wait a sec. Okay. Now that you're alone... Yeah, go to hell, you. Eye of the Beholder. It's funny about this game. I would really love an Aether-based blue to drop again, like Dementia, but maybe an amulet or something. But I will never complain about epic items dropping in this game. Because they seem like they will always have a place. And you'll always be able to find some sort of build for them. Or find a character for them in this case. Because you really do feel more like, oh, at some point I could make a, third occultist and have him be based around this thing. Am I hitting the rock? Was I just hitting the rock there? Yeah, I must have been hitting that stupid rock. And, yeah. You better crumple over and die in agony. These nets are really, really, really dangerous. I even don't mind, like, magical items that much in this game. Just random magical stuff. Because it's like, oh, I could see that maybe working a little bit. You know what we're going to do here? Yeah. Bite me, losers. Ooh, just hurt me really bad. Devil's Grin. Well, I guess all the epics decided to not drop at Hallowed Hill. They decided to drop in here, of all places. Oh. Oh, hey, that's awesome. That makes me want to put physique into my, my occultist. I did make a Doombolt-based occultist, so that's not going to be a wasted item. In fact, the only problem right now is stash space for keeping a lot of this stuff. Yep, I figured there'd be a big guy here. I just have to kill all his friends before I can kill... Oh, no! See, I wasn't paying attention. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Yep, that death was purely me just not looking where I was, what I was doing. I was just trying to burn as many things to the ground as possible. Well, I guess burn isn't a good word for it. Invoke the Aether of the universe to turn things into goop. I don't know what's a bigger insult to my pride. The fact that he's not standing over my corpse? Or would it be that he would be standing over my corpse? Okay. I think I killed the... I did kill the guy. So we're gonna pop that and run away. Huh. I don't know what to do. This guy isn't dying instantly. I'm actually quite frightened about that. Destroy that so I don't click on it. Okay, here we go. There we go. Grand spoils. I don't know why that warranted the mocking tone.
My inventory is full.
My inventory's full. Okay. Okay, now we can say that was the build. Albrecht Aether, definitely, I'd say my favorite build so far for the Arcanist. It's just so much fun to have a Death Ray, and it's really powerful. And as you can see with just 60 regen, very sustainable once you get that 60 regen. I think if I had about 30 more, I'd even say just 20 more, or even 10 more, it'd be awesome. And I could probably get that out of getting Black Tallow. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd really like feedback either on the build or the video itself, or whatever. Or just random comments. Or whatever. And junk. I'll see you guys next time. It'll probably be the Battle Mage video, even though I recorded that already, and it really throws me off to be not recording those in order. And then probably the Warlock video after that. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.